And joining us now on This Is the Day, we have Bill Davies with us. He is the National Chair for the National Catholic Committee on Scouting. And thanks for being with us, Bill. I want to first ask you about your job. What are some of your responsibilities?
The National Catholic Committee on Scouting is a church committee. We're made up of both priests and laity, and our mission is to promote scouting as youth ministry for all the Catholic youth of our country. As of today, we're reaching out to over 300 youth in these Catholic units, and I should also mention there are excess of 9,500 Catholic-sponsored units in the United States.
Now, how long is your term?
My position is elected and installed in April 2007. I do have a 3-year term that takes me through April 2010.
How did you first get involved in scouting?
I got involved in scouting. I was not a scout as a youth. I grew up in the farmlands, which was 4-H, where I grew up, and it was through my family involvement. My wife has 5 brothers. 4 of those are Eagle Scouts. Her dad's an Eagle Scout, was president of a council in Waukesha, Wisconsin. So when they asked me to get involved in career awareness exploring back in the early 80s, I couldn't say no. And I got involved in Catholic scouting in the late 80s through the Archdiocese of St. Paul, Minneapolis. We have a Catholic committee on scouting, and I was asked to come in and chair that committee, and then gradually worked my way up to the national level and been on the executive board, executive committee, and was elected chair.
Could you talk a little bit about scouting as youth ministry?
Yes, back in the early 70s, the bishops created a paper calling Viewing the Vision. And that book was updated here in the late 80s, early 90s, called Renewing the Vision. If you take a look at it, Renewing the Vision has, where youth ministry has 3 major goals. And those goals overlap the 3 main aims of scouting, being character, physical, or citizenship, mental and physical awareness, and those overlap. If you take a look at the aspects in that youth ministry, there's various programs in scouting that will make up each one of those various components.
Now, I know one of the big events is Scout Sunday. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, Scout Sunday was originally set up a Scout as Reverend, and also Duty to God, and it was a good way, and I don't know all the exact history, but it was a good way of letting the church know that you do have a Scout unit, and it's a good way. We promote that, where we ask Scout units to go to their priest, liturgical minister, and try to get involved. They can be involved with no more than coming together with their Scout uniform and attending Mass, but it's also great if they can serve as greeters. We have a lot of young adults who will be acolytes, and we ask they could work with fathers or wear their Scout uniform. We get the older youth, both young men and young ladies, to be readers for today. They can help in collection. As a matter of fact, having a little social after, where they have coffee and that type of thing, get to know the kids. It's a great way of promoting scouting within your own parish.